On our morning show today from WRCO, it is Skeeter the Clown. There you are.
Good morning, Phil and area. Yes, indeedy do. This is Skeeter the Clown with the Culpepper and Merriweather Great Combined Circus coming to Richland Center on Sunday and Monday. That's this coming Sunday and Monday. In fact, Mr. Will, look, guys, Phil is trying to stand on his head to get a word in edgewise. We'll see if he manages that today. But before I forget it, Phil, a 2-day stand is pretty rare for us. We normally do 1-day stands. We're out for about 8 months. We do usually one town every single day, but here is a very special place, and we do it for 2 days. So that very first day, Sunday, this coming Sunday, we like to invite everybody to come out to the circus grounds, which I believe is North Park, to watch us raise the big top up. The only thing, Phil, nowadays I have to explain to people what a big top is. I'm going on my second generation of Americans who have never seen a circus, let alone a big top circus. So I had about 27 kids about 4 or 5 years ago, and I said, "Hey, kids, the big top is coming. The big top is coming." And they just looked at me. Now, I'm a clown. I'm used to being looked at, but not that way, sir. I said, "What's wrong, guys? Don't you know what a big top is?" One little fellow looked up at me, shook his head back and forth, no. Another young lady stood there and her shoulders and arms went up and down, up and down. Then a 5-year-old raised his hand proudly and went, oh, Skeeter, I know what a big top is." I said, "Yes, young man, tell me what a big top is." Mr. Phil, he looked at me straight in the eyeballs and said, "Why, Skeeter, everybody knows what a big top is. That's what Grandma wears." Bump, buddy, up, bump, bump, bump. So we want to invite everybody out Sunday morning at 9:30 to watch us raise the big top up, then stay for the free tour that you get a back scene tour of the circus as everything is getting ready for the day. Plus, you get to meet our Lions and Tigers circus morning, and that's all free at 9:30. Then we have 2 performances on Sunday. The first one is at 2 and the other at 4:30, and then the Monday shows are 5 and 7:30.
Exciting stuff. I know you've been touring around for a long time.
We have, and we have lots of new things for you. If you saw us 2 years ago when we were here, we have a strong woman on the show this year. She actually participates in the strongman, strong women competitions here in North America. Then we also have a fire eater on the show this year. We have a guy who juggles with his feet. And then we have Nelson. If you haven't heard about Nelson, by the time he gets here, will be a little over 8 months old. He is our lion cub. We are the only circus in America, traveling with 2 male lions. Now, Wendell, who you would have met 2 years ago, now is 4 years old and weighs about 450 pounds. Both of them, when they're fully grown, will be 5 years old and they'll be over 500 pounds. But Nelson, only being a little over 8 months, he already weighs 125, probably almost 130 pounds now.
Isn't that incredible? I bet he's the star of the show, isn't he?
Oh, he is. He steals the spotlight.
That's great. And so you get to see the animals up close and personal with that backstage tour on Sunday then, don't you?
That's right, at 9:30. This year, too, this is a special week for us. When we get here, it'll be ending the International Clown Week. So from August 1st to August 7th is National or International Clown Week. So if anybody is familiar with Baraboo, Baraboo, you got the Circus World Museum up there, but you also have the International Clown Hall of Fame up there. It's on the square just down from the Al Ringling Theater. So if you get a chance, you go and clown around, learn more about circus clowning, not just here in the United States, but throughout the world. And you might even get a glimpse of me. 2014, I believe it was, I was honored by my peers with the Lifetime Achievement Award of Laughter. So you might even see me and hear my wonderful voice and see some antics that I've done.
Oh, that is incredible. That has to be a crowning achievement. How cool was that to go into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, well, and I'm in the Hall of Fame like with Meadowlark, who was from the Globetrotters, Willard Scott. Let me see. This year, the inductees one is Dick Van Dyke.
Oh.
Now, back in, I believe it was let me think. It was the 20th anniversary of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Clown College, of which both myself and the clown on the show, Leo Oxton, both went to. Now, I went many moons before Leo, and I was many moons older than Leo. So you'll get to actually see him be very pliable. He's one of the very last clowns that comes out of a 2 by 2.5 foot car. But way back when CBS used to do the hour-long specials, remember? Mm-hmm. And they did an hour-long special on the Ringling Brothers Clown College, and our ringmaster of the show was Dick Van Dyke. Now, he came about a week before with the graduating class and stayed and visited with him. And of that class, the stories I have heard, he was very kind and giving. He even did and performed his flea circus act for us. And we made him an honorary member or graduate of the Ringling Brothers Clown College way back when. So it's great to see him still up and about and doing his thing.
Tell us about Leo. We'll see him on Sunday and Monday. What's his big shtick? What is his big act?
Oh, well, like I said, he is one of the very last clowns that comes out of a 2 by 2.5 car. Now, I think he does a surfing gag this year.
Oh.
He does a rollerbola gag. I think he does he has so many of them that I can't keep up with them anymore. You see, now that I'm the only advanced person for the show, I used to have a whole team up here. I used to have a bill posting crew. I used to have press agent, and then myself and a couple other folks up and about. But as the time has gone on, there's less and less newspapers and good folks like you that now it's all up to me. Whatever is left over from these other jobs, I get to pick up. So Leo, I only get to see the show. I saw the show once, couple days after opening, and now I won't probably get to see it till the very last week of the show. So Leo is kind of tricky. Sometimes he changes things up on me too. Now, speaking of things new that you'll see on Circus Day, I told you about our strong woman and our fire eater and our foot juggler. We have the lovely Miss Chin. About every 8 weeks this year, we're trying something new. We're having a different act. We've had a dog act this year. We've had a contortionist. We've got Miss Chin, and she does a silk act. That's 2 very big, long pieces of silk or material that hangs about 30 feet above the ring till it hits the ground with no net, just her upper body strength. She will climb up that silk and do her different act. Turns and twists and everything, and it is quite dramatic. We do have the Wheel of Destiny again. The Perez family, who is a 4th generation circus performing family, will perform that. It went from brother to brother to father to son, and now it's son and sister performing it for you for Circus Day. And if you don't recall what the Wheel of Destiny is, it looks like a double Ferris wheel that goes around and around. So one wheel will be 30 feet above the ring, and the other one about 3 foot in the ring, and then they'll do their antics inside the ring as it goes around and around. Then they crawl up outside of the ring as it goes around and around. In fact, the one guy even has to lift up the big top once or twice to be able to make it over and under and about. And then don't forget our wonderful lions that you'll see on Circus Day, Wendell and Nelson.
That's incredible. Culpepper Merriweather Circus coming up Sunday and Monday. I know that there aren't as many circuses as there used to be. What makes your circus unique, Skeeter?
Because we are probably the most traditional circus out there. Once being a big top and inviting folks out every morning to watch us raise the big top up. We are actually, the circus is probably the only place in the whole wide world that nepotism actually works. Because that's what we are. We are families performing for families. And I think that's what really keeps us going. And people enjoy that because we're a one-ring circus. So you get to see everything up close and personal. And throughout different periods of times, you actually get to speak and talk and ask questions and hear stories from some of our performers and the folks on the show, which many of these large shows, you never get that opportunity.
Do you play all over the country?
We usually have two different routes. We play Midwest and a little further west one year, and then we play Midwest and as far east as Ohio.
So you stay busy, don't you?
We stay very busy.
Is that the whole year then, Skeeter, or do you have some time off?
We go from about the second week in March until about next to the last week in October. So just a little under 8 months.
Okay.
So this year, I believe we'll do 14 different states, about 214 different cities and towns in less than that 8-month period.
So they know what they're doing when they put the big top up because they're used to it, right?
Oh, yes. And like I said, I've been there when some have needed extra help and everything. You don't volunteer. You stand there, and if they say, hey, do this, you do exactly what they say. You don't use your own mind to do it because, believe me, if I had a mind, I would use it. And then you step back out of the way because they know what they're doing, and they work as a team every single day.
How long have you been clowning?
I started clowning when I was 9. I became a professional fool when I was 28. I became actually an educated fool way before then because I got my BA in broadcasting.
Wow.
Yes. I even had my first class. Those in radio world, way back in the old golden days of radio, you had to pay like $5 and answer 14 questions just to be a DJ on the radio air. That was called a third class. Then you could get your second class, which was a little more technical, which really only prepared you for the first class license, which you needed to work on the transmitters so it didn't bleed over into different bands and things. And so I did get my first class, but you don't even need that nowadays.
No, you don't.
And then, like I said, my BA is in broadcasting, but my MBA, Master of Buffoonery of Arts, is from Ringling Brothers. So I'm an educated fool and proud of it.
Awesome. And of course, a lot of our listeners know about Ringling Brothers. They've been to the Circus World Museum. That still draws a big crowd every year, doesn't it?
It does. And I would love to tell people to stop at the International Clown Hall of Fame right there on the square, and also visit the Al Ringling Theater. If you haven't been to any of the grand theaters like in New York or some of the big state theaters, it is a marvel to see because it's like a miniature one of those in your own backyard.
You've brought along some tools of the trade here. You played the slide whistle at the outset of our interview.
Yeah, well, this is the 200th and 33rd birthday of the American circus. And if you would have gone to that circus long time ago, along with drums, bells, you would have seen and heard these two instruments, which I'm holding up in front of the microphone. It's live and in color and it's radio and I love it. So I shall explain. One is a brown thing, and many folks call it a flute. And the type of flute it is called a recorder. So it's got lots and lots and lots of holes in it. Then the other is what you heard this morning was a slide whistle. Back then they played some all metal or wooden ones. And then what I played today that most of the kids recognize is the slide whistle with the metal slide and the plastic body. And then its first cousin, the flute or the recorder. And just for you guys today, both of these cousins are going to play together just for you.
Okay.
Woo!
That is great, Skeeter.
Oh, you're most kind.
I'm impressed. And you and I can fight with our canes, too, can't we?
We can. Every once in a while, after being on the road for 41 years, the body sometimes likes to talk to me. Sometimes very loudly.
Yes.
Especially when I get up off the chair, it goes crack, 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 quack.
Yes. Well, good luck to you with that. We want to just encourage people to come out to the circus. I know there's some great deals. Families can be a part of it. Mom and dad and the kids. What a great way to spend a Sunday or a Monday, right?
Well, and just think about it, folks. How many of you guys watch Americans Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent or Canadians Have Talent? Those shows that you see, probably little less than half of the programs and acts that you see are circus acts. So why not come to the circus, see it in the One Ring Circus, up close and personal, live and in color, and where you can also talk and ask some questions and be a part of the whole circus family.
I know tickets are available in advance, but they will be available at the gate as well, won't they?
That's right. If you buy your tickets in advance, more of that money goes to our sponsors. So if you buy them in advance, if you are 65 and up, 2 to 12, you're $8. But if you're 13 and above, you're, get this, $13. But if you wait till the gate, they're more. They're 16 and 9 at the door. But it's for a full 90-minute presentation, so it's worth it either way. But buy your tickets in advance because more of that money will go to the sponsors, which means it stays here in your area.
Always good to see you, Skeeter.
Oh, yeah. You're making me blush.
Oh, my goodness. And it matches your nose, too. So.
Well, thank you. That's the sweetest thing anybody said to me today. So, Mr. Phil, at the circus, we never say goodbye.
No?
Because that sounds like a long time because we are normally working with our family or some family members or family members of other people we've worked with. So goodbye sounds like a long time. So we take one hand, we put it high in the air, we wave it back and forth, and we say, see you down the road, folks. So see you down the road, folks, and not beside the road.
Skeeter joining us from Culpepper and Merriweather Circus. Check it out. It's at North Park coming up Sunday and Monday.